Hi, my name is Syndra Mahavixay, and I will be presenting on postcolonial criticism with a focus on Sherman Alexie poetry. According to Purdue Out, postcolonial criticism is similar to cultural studies, but assumes a unique perspective on literature and politics. Some terms that are associated with postcolonial criticism include double consciousness, colonialist ideology, and postcolonial identity. I'm going to be giving you the definition of each of these terms in order for you to have a better understanding of what they are and what they mean when I make connections to the poem that I have chosen. Double consciousness is the feeling of being caught between two cultures but not belonging to either of them. This often happens after forced displacement or migration. Colonialist ideology refers to the colonizer's assumption of their own superiority. And postcolonial identity is after colonizers have withdrawn, it is difficult to identify and separate the colonizer's culture from the colonizers. And you'll be hearing more about postcolonial identity as it relates to the poem that I've chosen. And I got all of this information from a handout from Professor Gingrich. I chose the poem How to Write the Great American Indian Novel by Sherman Alexie, and I will be discussing what the poem is about. I will be touching briefly on the title, postcolonial identity, and I will be making connections to the poem. The poem focuses on traits, whether it be physical, emotional, or mental, that the characters must possess. The main character in the poem is actually Native American, so you will be hearing a lot of stereotype-based assumptions and misinterpretations. Whether they're true or false perceptions, they will be included. And it shows how Native Americans are perceived in the eyes of other people. The poem that I've chosen is really long, so I chose a sample from the entire poem, and I chose a quote from the sample, which is, "Indians always have secrets which are carefully and slowly revealed." This shows their impression of Native American people. It's basically saying that if you are Native American, you have secrets, and if you're not telling them, they're going to be revealed sooner or later, which is an assumption that people have from Native Americans. For culture appropriation, when I was looking over the poem, I noticed in the title they added the word American before the word Indian. This shows how Americans write what they perceive to be a Native American novel, when in reality they're giving what they think, and it's not focusing on the Native Americans themselves and how they are actually portrayed in real life. Postcolonial identity. I chose a few quotes from the poem that are good examples of what postcolonial identity is. These include, if she's a woman, she must be a healer. So this is basically saying if you are Native American and you are a woman, you are a healer. So if somebody is sick and they need taken care of, it is the woman that is going to be taking care of them. Indians must see visions. So whether they are performing rituals or doing something that is involving their culture, Indians are seeing visions, and that's another misinterpretation or assumption that people may have about them. The last one is endless beauty of her brown skin, and she must be in love with a white man. So this shows how they are perceived and how they should be portrayed. So if you are a Native American woman, you're going to have brown skin or the darker skin complexion. You're going to have long dark hair, and you're going to be beautiful, but you're also going to be in love with a white man. And this connects to the movie Pocahontas. How many of you have seen the movie Pocahontas? Okay, most of you have seen it. So on the left, you're going to see the character in the movie. So as you can see, she is taller, she's skinny, she has a darker skin complexion, she has long dark hair, and she is beautiful. In the movie, she is also in love with a white man, just like it said in the poem. And then on the right, you'll see a realistic picture of Pocahontas. And by no means is she not beautiful just like the character in the movie. However, they do have their differences. And this is how they're really portrayed and how people think they should be portrayed, which is just like a Halloween costume. If somebody is dressing up as an Indian for Halloween, it's showing how they think they look, when in reality, a Native American person can look just like everybody else. And this is my works cited. Are there any questions?